Luigi Mexa dice bienvenidos al stream. Luigi Mexa dice bienvenidos al stream.
Does that mean that this is the first time that it has actually happened? We've had plenty of stuff leaked, usually like for games, but like when it comes to systems, every single new system comes along. There's always fuzzy pictures of the systems and the controllers, and they're never real. They never end up being real. You know, even with like 3D printing has made all this even more interesting. You know, the Switch had all these ridiculous prototypes with the screens on the controllers, and we've always had this. It's never been real though, as far as like the actual hardware goes. Would this be the first time? I don't know. And I mean, it makes sense. Like, we've all just been waiting for the system to go into production. I'm just, you know, nowadays, the internet, social media, it's such a thing. Literally everyone has a phone that can take a picture. Like, it just takes one person. We're like, oh, when is that like, once they get the Switch 2 into production and really manufacturing it, where's that one person? All it's going to take is one person. That's all it's going to take, just one random factory worker. And I don't know, I think it's happened. We'll go over why I believe that it is real. I guess more in a bit. First, we have just kind of a series of these, you know, clearly little, I don't even know what you call it. It's a little 3D model, the kind of thing that you would use if you were 3D printing.
Vamos a jugar.
If you want to, you can take a look at that and be like, oh,
Vamos a jugar.
This is just the kind of like mock-up that somebody would make, and then they would 3D print it. In fact, like the account that this came from, they are like a 3D printing enthusiast. So like they have other stuff like this that's not Switch 2 related. So it's like, okay, it's gotta be fake, right? But no, it'll all kind of come together in a bit. So, so obviously it's just a Joy-Con. It's just a very slightly different Joy-Con. As you will see, it does have a different rail system, suggesting that the rumors were true, that instead of like being on a regular rail where it slides on, it's on some sort of, what do you call it, magnetic suction or something. This does seem to kind of confirm that, how it kind of like slots in and then attaches in some different way, which sounds great. It sounds a lot better than sliding on and off. That was prone to wear and failure and whatnot. But yeah, for the most part though, it's, you know, same buttons and everything. Everything is just a little bit sleeker. on the back of the Joy-Con, you see that it has a much beefier
Bugs.
button. It almost looks like a button.
Jot readied the elven bow.
It's big enough.
It was time to put its powers to the test.
A much easier way to get the Joy-Con off.
Hay un poco de vibración en el DualSense con esto, Un poco de haptics bien hechas. Digo, no se siente como Astrobot, pero está cagado.
Jot drew his bow back as far as he could and shot that creature right in the eye.
Ok, como que ya duró de más este minijueguito. ¿Por qué no le doy al...? ¿Cómo? No tiene sentido, pero bueno. Ahí está mi vida. ¿Qué? ¿Me morí? ¿Me morí en este juego de mí?
Jot dusted himself off
Creo que es la primera vez que
and
muero.
arose to fight once more.
Sí, continuo.
Jot drew his bow back as far as he could and shot that creature right in the eye.
Se rompe la flecha si no la aprietas todo. Bueno, que me gustó. Yeah. Como que el personaje versión Mado no me cae bien. Pero la neta el juego se ha puesto mejor cada vez.
Had squashed the bugs.
It's like these, except IRL, except for real life. That just seems to be a new Joy-Con right there. that really legitimately just seems to be a new Joy-Con. I think this is it. I think it's real. I think we're looking at the Switch 2 here. And again, yeah, that would be surprising. And yet not surprising. It's surprising that it took this long for one of these hardware leaks to end up being real. But then, at the same time, like, of course someone leaked it. Of course somebody grabbed some images and threw them our way. I don't know, just... It's just weird. It's just weird. It's weird seeing it. I mean, it's a little bit of a bummer. Kind of spoiled, but at the same time, it's not though. Like, if any system was gonna get leaked, I'm glad it's this one because it's the.
Sé que quizás suena loco, pero no sabéis lo que me gustaría estar en París.
What's up, gamers? Your Cascade here, and today we're talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro because we now have what are essentially the first actual official side-by-side comparisons as to how the best-looking PS5 game will now be.
Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, surprise, who didn't see this one coming? I think we all saw it coming from a mile away. Anyways, here Nintendo is suing Pocket Pair, the makers of Pal World. I'm not joking with you, this is right up on Nintendo's website. So the Pokemon Company and Nintendo say this lawsuit seeks an injunction against infringement and compensation for damages on the grounds that Pal World, the game developed and released by the defendant, infringes multiple patent rights. Nintendo will continue to take necessary action against any infringement of its intellectual property rights, including the Nintendo brand itself, to protect the intellectual properties it has worked hard to establish over the years. Now, based on some of the observations, here's how Nintendo goes against the lawyers and continues to down. That does not appear to be the case with Pal World here. They seem to be ready to fight Nintendo. So this is right from the official Pal World Twitter account regarding the lawsuit. Yesterday, a lawsuit was filed against the company for patent infringement. We have received notice of this lawsuit and will begin the appropriate legal proceedings and investigations into the claims of patent infringement. At this moment, we are unaware of the specific patents we are accused of infringing upon, and we have not been notified of such details. So based on this message, it appears that Nintendo may not have reached out to Pal World lawyers, which to me is a surprise. On the Pocket Pair website, they say it is truly unfortunate that we will be forced to allocate significant time to matters unrelated to game development due to this lawsuit. However, we will do our utmost for our fans and to ensure that indie game developers are not hindered or discouraged from pursuing their creative ideas. We apologize to our fans and supporters for any worry or discomfort that this news has caused. As always, thank you for your continued support of the platform and Pocket Pair. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm going to be paying very close attention to this one. I see something fighting against the law. I'm very interested in this and very curious to see how it pans out. Now, based on some of the reactions here, it seems a lot of people in Pocket Pair's corner. This person says, "One day, no Nintendo, the world wants you to lose this case." And this person says, "Hope you lose. Could you maybe use the money for this lame and ridiculous lawsuit to actually make a good Pokemon game instead? You're just being petty because you haven't made an innovative Pokemon game in decades. You truly are horrible, Nintendo." Now, although these are just public opinion and don't really hold weight in a court of law, there have been some lawyers to weigh in on the matter, and someone actually thinks Pal World might win. So a business lawyer says, "Probably going to need more specifics before I can comment more completely. But Pal World is such a different type of game from Pokemon, it it's hard to imagine that patents, not copyrights, might have been even possibly infringed. Initially got reactions to raging. Furthermore, over on video games, this applies more to copyright as opposed to patent infringement. David Hansel and intellectual property and digital media says Nintendo would need a smoking gun for any copyright case to be successful. It's down to Nintendo to absolutely prove copying, not merely taking influence. It's got to be obvious copying. You look at one picture and you look at another alongside it. The industry would have come to an end years ago if there weren't influence. You have to have a monopoly on a certain style of artwork. It literally has to be copying. Now, this may not apply to patent infringement, but at the same time, it's very interesting. So let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below. Do you think Palworld's going to win? Do you think Nintendo is going to win? And what do you think of the overall perception here? Do you think this is going to hurt Nintendo's image and improve Palworld's popularity because of the lawsuit? Or do you think it's going to decrease Palworld's popularity and improve Nintendo's image? And speaking about Pokemon, next up we're talking about a Pokemon ROM hack that has just popped up on GitHub or is relatively new. It's called Pokemon Solace RGB, and they say it's a ROM hack of Pokemon Red Blue for the Game Boy based on the Pokemon Reverse Engineering team's disassembly of Pokemon Red and Blue. So at the time of filming, and they say it's a ROM hack of Pokemon Red Blue for the Game Boy based on the Pokemon Reverse Engineering team's disassembly of Pokemon Red and Blue. So at the time of filming, Pokemon Solace RGB version 1 GOG simply said, I can't share any more details about it. So unfortunately, we don't have a clear picture as to what exactly is going on with Meridian 4. Next up, I've got some pretty big news for the PlayStation Vita and possibly PlayStation Vita emulation. And it's LSWTCS, which stands for Subscribe to Mr. Sujano, or Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, depending on how you want to interpret that. Anyways, this game has been ported to the PS Vita. Now, this game was released for Android, and Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga on Vita is basically the Android port of it. It is up over on VitaDB if you are curious. There's a lot of very interesting information here. And this is version 0.1, so there may be some bugs and issues with it. Next up, if you use WhatsApp and you like different themes, you might be excited about this news. WhatsApp appears to be getting some chat themes, and Android Authority has a video on it where they've kind of gone in and dissected what's going to be available. If you are curious, check out that video. And speaking about videos, next up we're talking about Ballad of Antara. This is an upcoming action RPG currently in development. It's going to be releasing for PS5, PC, and also mobile. Now, I would have expected some gameplay to be shown during something like a state of play, but no, they just flat out dropped an extended gameplay trailer over on YouTube. The game is shaping up pretty nicely, but it is going to be free to play. And I'm curious to see how this ends up looking on something like mobile. And speaking about gameplay trailers, next up we're talking about Decadent. This is an upcoming horror FPS. It's a very interesting concept. And the graphics on this one are looking very good. They just dropped a brand new gameplay trailer on YouTube, and again, like everything I talk about, link will be in the description below right at the bottom. My news is open source and I don't hide any sources. And continuing to speak about gameplay and trailers, next up we're talking about Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition, or Definitive Edition, or Definitive Edition. Anyways, here it's being released on October 15th, and for PC it's getting a free ray tracing update. Now, Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition is not necessarily a new game. I mean, on PC, Heroes released back in 2015, but it's going to be new for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. It's going to be a free upgrade if you already own it on the PS4 and Xbox One. So they say right here, this upgraded edition of the beloved action-adventure brings 4K resolution, ray tracing, and enhanced lighting and shadows to harness the power of today's consoles. If you're playing on PlayStation 5 with a DualSense controller, you'll also get to experience the full impact of haptic feedback. Additionally, loading times will be faster, and I think for PC, you're also going to be receiving a free update. I could be wrong here, but everything I've seen points to the free update on PC as well. And speaking about games, next up we're talking about GBA Jam 2024. Now, we talked about this event in the past. The event has happened and is over, but you can still enjoy a lot of the homebrew stuff. If you're a fan of the GBA, if you're a fan of homebrew games, you might want to check this out. So, a whopping 52 GBA homebrew games were submitted between May 17th to August 18th, and only 313 ratings were given to 53 entries. Anyways, here the winner of this was Beat Beast. Beat Beast is a rhythm game. It's available 100% free. It's up on itch.io, and you can also play it in your browser. If you head on over to the overall list, you can see a bunch of different games here. Who knows, maybe you'll find a brand new favorite. Or quite a few games submitted and quite a few quality games submitted. I don't know about you, but I'm a big fan of stuff like this, and I will be checking out these games very soon. Let me know your thoughts about GBA Jam 2024 in the comments below. Next up, we're talking about Double Dragon Revive, and Arc System Works has just dropped a brand new trailer for this game during the Tokyo Game Show, and the game seems to be shaping up pretty nicely. I don't want to say it looks perfect, but it looks a lot better than some of the other games that are revivals that I've seen. I mean, this doesn't look like it's flashing or anything like that. Let me know your thoughts about Double Dragon Revival in the comments below.
John could hear the big buck through the entranceway.
Next up, if you're a fan of Logitech and wheels, you might like
He readied his bow. It was time to finish this, once and for all.
Racing series, setting a new standard in sim racing. Now, first and foremost, so here's what they do. Cars, track, cars, round,
No es posible, este jefe es el más difícil en la historia. O sea,
Jock dusted himself off
es que mover ese
and
pinche arco
arose
de
to
mierda es
fight
súper
once
lento.
more.
O igual y si no punto se mueve más rápido esta madre. Ah, ok. Ya. No, es que está imposible. Entonces no hay que apuntar todo. No está tan imposible. ¿Por qué? Dame mi vida, perro.
Ok, bueno, ya entendí cómo se juega este.
The bug was bested. The Plucky Squire triumphant.
September or almost September or whatever month it is where you're watching this video. Fall is upon us, and that means game releases are ramping up ahead of the holiday season. So buckle up or just, sit comfortably because here are September 2024's biggest game releases. Okay, so full disclosure, this month's episode is always a little wonky because we have to work around Gamescom, but this time I figured that we could, just have the inconvenient idea of shooting this video in the middle of a big, complicated live show with lots of moving parts, but also shoot it, in and around and outside of Gamescom in beautiful Cologne, Germany. So I say this every month, but it's extra true this month. We do our best to be as informative, comprehensive, and accurate as humanly possible, but release dates change and sometimes stuff slips through the cracks, so thanks for bearing with us. Let's get to the games. On September 3rd, two of the heaviest hitters in the video game horror business are... Mr. Beast is getting sued. Mr. Beast is being sued by contestants on his upcoming Beast game show. Failed to pay minimum wages and overtime. Failed to prevent sexual harassment. Participants were not provided uninterrupted meal breaks and rest breaks. Several contestants ended up hospitalized. Others reporting suffering physical and mental complications while being subjected to the chronic mistreatment, degradation, and for the female contestants, hostile working conditions. He tried to kill someone with a concrete tower. A Mr. Beast crew member allegedly was hospitalized on September 11th after part of a tower at the Beast Games collapsed on them while filming. Oops. Again? Yes. If Mr. Beast recreated September 11th, that would actually go so hard. I would watch that. He's gonna be president? Well, then he can do it for real. Hello everyone, this is Start, and this time we're talking about how both Nintendo and Pokemon companies are furious when it comes to Power World. They are finally seeking compensation for the damages that they believe Power World has brought them. Why is that exactly? Well, some people might say it has to do with Power World essentially being Pokemon with guns, which would ruin their brand image.
Finally, our heroes were out of the swamps.
However, Power World came out earlier this year, and nothing...
The sun on their faces felt most pleasant as they continued on their way.
Creo que acabamos el capítulo 4.
After some time, they arrived at Artia.
Subscribe and hit that notification bell. And now here is a brief message about today's sponsor.
Chapter 5,
Snaxy is
Artia.
the ultimate Android gaming mobile app where you can earn incredible rewards from over 100,000 options while playing your favorite mobile
Nova Quest dice, face green smiling, and pink babin.
Nova Quest. ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo andamos? ¿Ya acabaste el Hardcore Warhammer? Yo ya desinstalé el juego, me gustó, pero ya multiplayer o jugar las misiones extras, ya pasé el juego, como que ya tuve lo que quería. Está muy bueno.
So
Está cortito, eso sí.
September 19th, 2024, to whom it may concern, the Pokemon Nintendo filing lawsuit for infringement of patent rights against Pocket Pair Inc. Nintendo, Representative Director and President Tsuneo Furukawa, together with the Pokemon Company, filed a patent infringement lawsuit in the Tokyo District Court against
Nova Quest dice no he podido acabar Borja me empecé Remnant 2 en Cook con amigos.
Remnant 2, yo Remnant 2 lo compré en físico, lo tengo en Game Pass y nomás no lo he ni empezado, ni el Remnant 1 ni nada. ¿El Van Gogh? Oh, mira, es como muchas referencias de arte, mira. Oh. ¿Sal? ¿Por qué le ponen sal a Dalí? Ah, este es, ¿cómo se llama? Sí, este es el de Nueva York. Oh, mira qué bonito. Y este no es de... Es la del cuadro, ¿no? Hay un cuadro que es como... Este Van Gogh... ¿Cómo se llama Van Gogh? Vincent. Este es Al Salvador. Este no sé qué sea. Este es el de... Mo. ¿Es la Mona Lisa? Lisa. Wow. ¿Picasso? Banksy. Banksy, que nadie sabe quién es Banksy. Wow. ¿El grito? No sé quién es Hans. Wow. Qué padre nivel. Eso no sé qué sea.
Nova Quest dice disculpa estaba con mi madre no sé si me dijo algo.
No, te conté que estaba que yo el Remnant 2 lo tengo, pero nomás no lo he jugado. O sea, lo compré en físico para el Xbox porque en Amazon estaba bien barato y aparte salió en Game Pass y ni lo he empezado.
Nova Quest dice jajaja.
Encontrar cerditos en el mundo del arte. La Mona Lisa en azul, existe una... Mira, es Andy Warhol.
Nova Quest dice es mejor usar Game Pass.
Pues sí, es que yo lo compré y luego salió en Game Pass, pero aparte lo compré bien barato, o sea, tú vives en Estados Unidos, ¿no? Como $5 me costó, por eso lo compré. ¿Quién es este? Dave, ni idea quién sea Dave. ¿Sabes de un artista que se llame Dave? Que son puros artistas famosos. O hasta cuadros. Si pongo el cerdo allá, no.
Nova Quest dice ok.
Hola, la Mona Lisa. ¡Ah, es Frida Kahlo! ¡Free! ¡Viva México! ¿Quién es Ash? No sé si es Ash. Ah, pues el que haga esas figuras. Bristol. Falta un Leo, ¿no? Ya yo. Mira el Vin. Pero le hubieran dejado una oreja al Vincent. El Banksy no tiene cara. Es un artista que nadie sabe quién es Banksy. Dice Van Gogh, new physics can be a little daunting. Violet. Mr. Magri. ¿Quién es Mr. Magri? Hay un artista famoso tipo Van Gogh, Frida Kahlo, que se llama Mr. Magri, ¿saben? ¿Por qué Pandy? ¿Por qué Panda y Warhol son igual? ¿Le decían Panda a Andy Warhol?
Nova Quest dice siempre que te veo en directo estás escuchando algo, jajaja.
Ah, perdón. Ya le quité. Es que como tengo los audífonos se me olvidó que había dejado mi iPad con un como algo escuchándose ahí. ¿Por qué se llama Georgia? Mira, vamos a tener que cruzar. Vamos a tener que hacer pequeños, a ver. Oye, me trabé, no me puedo mover. Ahí está.
Nova Quest dice pásalo a tus audífonos desde el mezclador.
No se puede. Me gusta, sí he hecho eso, Pero esto lo estoy jugando en el PlayStation. Entonces el PlayStation está conectado al gato y entonces tengo que tener otros audífonos. Porque justo el PlayStation, creo que el Nintendo no tiene ese problema, pero justo el PlayStation necesitas, aparte del gato, un cable especial para pasar todo, pues. Para pasar el audio. Si no, yo no escucho y aparte no se escucharía. Pero como este juego salió en el PlayStation Plus y ya estoy pagando eso, pues no lo quiero volver a comprar en PC. Aparte no es como que el juego que demande más FPS o algo así como para que esté en mi compu. Que mi compu no sé qué tan más potente que un PlayStation 5 sea.
NovaQuest dice bueno, síguelo escuchando, entonces no hay problema.
No, pero es que yo ni lo escuchaba, o sea, yo estoy escuchando el juego, pero como no escucho de fuera con estos audífonos, porque de hecho para la compu uso unos audífonos que son como abiertos, entonces se escucha mucho el afuera, pero estos sí, pues son como unos, ¿qué son estas marcas de disque gaming? Estas marcas de gaming, Astro. Estos son unos Astro que son cerrados, entonces
NovaQuest dice ok.
simplemente no escucho afuera, entonces se me fue que había algo afuera. Picasso. I like to paint these flowers, I paint them so they will not die.
NovaQuest dice lo bueno que te avise, jajaja, es que no quiero que te sancione YouTube.
Sí, luego me sancionan. Yo al principio tenía una idea de escuchar un programa de radio mientras jugaba, pero o sea, como al mismo tiempo. Y me sancionaron. Y ahora sí estoy bien trabado, ¿Dónde? La pasta de dientes no entiendo la referencia. Uno es el cerdo enorme y otro es el cerdo que está pasando el agua. Mientras ven el juego no sé qué hacer. Pero qué bonito mundo el arte. Magri. Ah, es que este sale con un perro, ¿no? El cuadro. Es el de la manzana. Este güey tiene una manzana en su... ¿Qué otro artista podría tener una manzana? Warhol, ¿no? Warhol, digo, tiene un plátano, pero Esto igual es de Warhol, el de las sopas, son las sopas de Warhol. Hay mucho easter egg. Ah, ahí dice fruta. Eso no sé qué sea. Pini. La green fucking apple. ¿Cómo se llama este juego? De Plucky Squire Art Reference.
Nova Quest dice no escribo mucho porque estoy cenando, jaja.
Sí, no te apures. Ah, caray, cenando. ¿Qué hora es en Boston o qué? ¿Estás en Boston? Oye, nadie ha hecho un video de eso, yo lo voy a hacer.
Nova Quest dice sí.
¿Qué hora es en Boston?
Nova Quest dice es que debo comer.
Sí, está bien.
Nova Quest dice mucho por la quimioterapia.
¿Tienes cáncer?
Nova Quest dice sí.
Uy, lo siento mucho. Ojalá te mejores. Tengo una amiga que se la libró de eso. Y obviamente conozco gente que no. Pero ojalá te mejores, bro. Lo bueno es que, bueno, estás jugando, estás haciendo lo que te gusta. Y pues sí, hay que comer y ser responsable con todo, ¿no? Siempre hay que hacerlo, pero bueno, tal vez tú con mayor rigurosidad.
Nova Quest dice yo voy a mitad de proceso.
Bien. Ya es algo. Voy a hacer un grabado para YouTube. Para tal vez hacer un video de todas las referencias. Mejor apago voy a apagar rápido mi cámara y los GIFs. Y así lo voy a dejar. Ok, ya hice el grabado que tenía que hacer. Uy, ¿va a haber más? Ay, güey, ¿qué pedo con este violento, güey? Ya me recuperé toda la vida. Cabrón, no tengo la llave. Ush. Ok, que llave más fácil. Oh. Creo que eso puede armar unos buenos glitches.
NovaQuest dice, fase de Artsape, fase de Artsape.
¿Qué onda, NovaQuest? Qué hueva caerse en ese nivel, Pero bueno, tiene sentido. Ah, no. Por acá. NovaQuest. Buen nombre gamer, NovaQuest.
NovaQuest dice te pondré emotes que si no no cuenta la vista veo.
Órale. Sí, ¿verdad? Luego tengo gente que me ve y dice 0. No sé, como que es raro, como que YouTube no lo... Qué huevo, voy a tener que conseguir ese guante cada puto nivel. está mal. Ay, qué hueva. Qué chistoso. Creo que me iré un rato porque quiero hacer un video de quién es cada uno de estos artistas. Pero regreso.